Welcome to the channel. I plan on making this a short video with lots of golden nuggets hidden in different parts of the video. Alright, all relating to safety when throwing kicks, something that you want to consider when you're throwing any kind of kick, when you're training by yourself or training with other people especially, because now you're adding resistance to those kicks. Let's get started already. So when we go to throw a kick, a normal roundhouse with the right leg, I'm lifting up and I'm ending up here, about here. The thing is, I sometimes don't always do that, to be honest. When I throw a kick, I'll sometimes pivot this foot just about there. When in reality, when you throw the kick, the roundhouse, you want that heel to be almost facing your opponent. I get lazy, I'm not going to lie, I don't rotate all the way like I'm supposed to sometimes. I try my best, especially when I'm lifting weights. Okay, I rely more on my muscle to get that power rather than the rotation of my body, using my body mechanics to generate the power. It's a big no-no, something I'm trying to work on, building muscle while keeping my technique. Watch, if I throw this kick and I only open up to here, about halfway where I'm supposed to open up, I can extend about this far. Show you. Halfway, extend about this far. Now, if I rotate my heel even more, get more of that rotation going on. Okay, you see that? If I do that as I'm kicking, I'm here, but if I rotate more, I'm out here. I get more of an extension. Rather than ending here, I pivot more and I get more of that extension. And you want to think about it when you're throwing a kick, especially one where you're just throwing it out there with all your might and power. Okay, when you do that and you don't rotate all the way, which I didn't do there, my knee, the upper part of my body, still wants to keep rotating this way. But I have now planted my leg. So in reality, this leg is planted, the top of the knee is here, and it's wanting to rotate still. Well, it's rotating on that socket. It's rotating on that socket. What's stopping it is my muscles right now, and the tendons, luckily, okay? Because if they're not strong enough, if you torque too hard, if you just tweak the wrong way when you throw a kick, you can start ripping those tendons. That's giving that resistance that your knee needs to keep itself in the socket, so it doesn't come out of socket, so it doesn't rip those tendons around it, so it doesn't rip those muscles. Another thing, if I don't rotate all the way and I end up here, right, we now know that I get more of an extension. If I flip my heel more, we now know that my knee is more free to rotate that way, to completely rotate, to get that full mobility that it needs without it torquing on the tendons or muscles. So if I throw this kick and I step down, I end up about here. If I throw the kick how I'm supposed to, opening up my hips completely, rotating on my toes, and opening up that heel, I'm stepping way over here now, just by letting my body fall. That's all I'm doing, is letting my body fall. So you can see it again. I'm going to throw a kick, spinning halfway on my toes to get that half rotation, what you're not supposed to do. And I'm just going to let my body fall, and I end up about here. Alright, try to make like a mark on the screen or on the camera. I'm keeping my foot planted, I'm not moving. I come back in my fighter stance, and I open up all the way this time. I open up, and I fall. I'm about here. I feel like I did get further on the screen or on the camera. Just do it one more time quickly. Halfway, boom, fall, all the way, fall. I feel way wider, alright, so I do feel like I'm getting distance. Now when you go to practice this, take it easy, take it slow, especially if you know you have bad knees. Maybe just take it a kick at a time. You can focus on throwing that first kick, seeing where your heel lands, and maybe trying to rotate a little bit more as long as you're able to get that full extension. taking it a kick at a time, going slow. If you want to progress with your technique and you feel like your knee can handle it, you can even move forward, walk forward, staying on that one planted leg. So I'll show you. It's hard to do it in these shoes. If you have something with less grip, you can move forward little by little. And paying attention to your heel, paying attention to how far you're rotating. If you feel like your knee is starting to hurt, you probably have to rotate more so there's less torque in your knee. So just to do a recap, when you do that full rotation, most importantly, you're protecting your knee. You're protecting that knee, allowing this part of the knee to go this way for then the top part of your knee to follow, rather than locking in, and this part still wanting to torque on the top of your knee, which will put strain and tendons on your muscles. So it helps with that, keeping knee safety, keeping your knees, keeping them healthy, keeping them strong. It helps with getting more distance when you're kicking. It helps get more distance when you're landing a kick if you choose to. Alright, and it generates more power, because rather than stopping halfway thinking that I have the most powerful leg in the whole world and I'm going to snap whatever is in front of me, I end up here, and that's it. That's how much power I've generated. But once I open up, I can then add more of a twist, more of a wide angle of my whole body rotating when I'm throwing that leg, sending that energy through the leg, therefore generating more power. Put in the comments what other tips people should consider when throwing kicks, or any other kind of safety advice when training mixed martial arts. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you learned something, and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more videos.